Hello, everyone, and welcome to Unit 7, Mock Interviews, Nonverbal, and Business Communication. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so some objectives to this unit. Construct answers to questions that will likely be asked in a job interview. Describe several types of nonverbal coding systems and explain the role of nonverbal communication in creating meaning and identity. So you have some due dates. A discussion post will be due on Wednesday, November 30th. Mock interview questions will also be due on Wednesday, November 30th. And a peer review, your third one, will be due on Friday, December 2nd. So let's go over some of the information. In Unit 7, we are going to be discussing nonverbals and applying material to mock interviews. As the book notes, estimates vary on how much we use nonverbal communication, though you may have heard the statistic that 93% of communication is nonverbal, page 78. This is quite an astounding number, and it begs the question, how influenced are you by the nonverbal communication that you encounter? Or were you persuaded and influenced by the words that someone used? Also, how are the two intertwined? For many individuals, applying to a job can be stressful and the interview can be nerve-wracking. However, most of what employers are taking in are your nonverbals. That said, many people ponder, what questions will they ask? How can I stand out and make a good impression? What are some do's and don'ts? In this unit, we'll answer some often asked questions, provide strong nonverbal communication, and work on adding in narrative into our answers. While this unit will only scratch the surface, I encourage everyone to check out the Career Center on campus. There's so many resources available to you here at OCC. So your assignments are mock interview questions and discussion posts and a peer review. Okay, so let's go over some of this. As you can see, this is where you get your initial information, and then we have the mock interview assignment here. We're going to go over the overview of the mock interview assignment. For this assignment, you will be recording yourself and answering 5 questions often asked in interviews. Before you complete this assignment, consider a job that you'd like to apply for so that your answers can be specific to that position. Provide thoughtful answers and use examples from your life to back up the points that you are making. For some of the questions, there are resources available to you to help you develop strong answers. Begin your video by telling us what job you are applying for. This should include the company and job position. And we have 5 questions here. So question number 1, tell me about yourself. Question number 2, what is your greatest strength? And tell me about a time when you used it. Question 3, talk about a time when you made a mistake and how did you fix it? Question 4, describe a situation where others you were working with on a project disagreed with you. How did you handle it? And question 5, what is your biggest accomplishment? So let's break down some of those questions. Question 1, tell me about yourself. Most interviews begin with the question statement, tell me about yourself. And for many individuals, this is the hardest question. So I want you to use the handout from the Career Center to develop a strong 45 to 60-second elevator pitch to answer this question. Remember that a job interview, you are selling yourself in a job interview. And that can be hard. That's difficult for some people. But the person that sells themselves best is probably most likely to get the job. So it's something we got to force ourselves to do if we're going to have a successful job interview. So when you click on this, this is just from Career Services. You can see, hello, my name is, I am a student at OCC and I'm majoring in, when I complete my degree at OCC, I plan to do what with my future, transfer, travel, take time off. Besides attending college, I'm also a member of this, or I work at that, a volunteer. What else do you do? And I'm excited to be here today because. Okay. So let's go through questions 2 through 5 now. Question 2, what is your greatest strength? Okay, so for each of these questions, you need to give a concise answer and then back it up with a story from your life. So here are some additional hints below. Question 2, what is your greatest strength? Don't give a laundry list of your good qualities with nothing to back up what you said. Take the opportunity to shine. Focus on a work-related strength. Give a specific example of how that strength has helped you be successful in the past. So I hire people at my job. So if I'm interviewing somebody for a position, I ask the question, what is your greatest strength? One of the things I'm looking for is leadership qualities, because I think it shows initiative. So everyone's going to have kind of like different work experiences. Like you're still in college, so you're not going to have a whole lot of experience. Some of you might, but some of you might not have a lot. Okay, so what do you do? How are you going to go on a job interview when maybe you're wondering about these questions and how much job experience you have? What is your greatest strength? The things that I'm looking for is like leadership qualities. So okay, maybe you don't have a lot of experience, but if I'm interviewing somebody and they can demonstrate leadership qualities to me, that's good, because I want somebody to take the initiative. I don't always want to have to tell you what to do. I want to teach you how to do your job and what to do, but then I want you to be able to do it and then also go to the next level. Show me that you can push yourself to do more. So a leadership quality like that, I'm looking for. If you can use an example of something like that, great. But a good team player is also something great that you can highlight, because one of the biggest things about like my organization and the workplace culture that I'm trying to develop is I want a good team. I want somebody that's going to be a good team player, is going to get along. I don't want to bring in somebody that's going to create a toxic work environment, or that my other people aren't going to get along with, somebody who's butting heads. So talk about that too, is like highlight that you can work well with others, that you can be a leader, you have leadership qualities, and you can step up when needed, but you're also a team player and can get along with others. Okay, question 3. Talk about a time when you made a mistake. How did you fix it? Don't say that you have never made a mistake, because everybody makes mistakes. Don't blame others for the mistakes that you made. Stay positive, even if the situation turned out on a negative note. Tell a story, outline what the mistake was, how you owned up to it, and what action you took. If the result was negative, mention what you learned from the situation and how you would handle it differently in the future. So when I'm thinking about, if I'm asking this question to someone I'm interviewing, I, talk about a time you made a mistake. How did you fix it? Like I said before, everyone makes mistakes. This is okay. I'm looking for honesty. I put a high value on honesty, especially in my industry. Like, I'm in the news industry. You can't be a liar in this industry, because you could ruin your whole career if you're caught lying, right? Or if you lie. So I'm looking for honesty. So give me an honest example of when you made a mistake, and tell me how you fixed it. Take ownership of it. That's a good quality. And it shows that you have responsibility, that you can be responsible for your actions. Hey, I made this mistake, but this is how I fixed it. This is how I changed, and this is how I'm going to do better. Because again, everyone's going to make mistakes. That happens. It's all about how you react to it and showing that you can improve, learn from it, and do better. Question 4, describe a situation where others you were working with on a project disagreed with you, and how did you handle it? Don't focus